Ram Krishna Hari. We offer our namaskars at the feet of Lord Vitthal and all the Varkari saints. Before we move on to the fourth Abhang of Sant Muktabai's Tatiche Abhang, we'll just have a few lines of Sant Tukaram's Abhang. The Abhang is, जेका रंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले तोची साधू ओळखावा देव तेथेची जाणावा, which means those who are downtrodden in society, those who are looked down upon, those who are rejected, those who are considered unwanted, one who accepts them, adopts them, he is a true saint and in him resides God or divinity. This Abhang of Sant Tukaram resonates with a essence similar to Tatiche Abhang number 4 of Sant Muktabai. The first line of her Abhang is, Sant tochi jana jagi, daya kshama jache angi. She says, one who has daya, that is compassion, kindness, kshama, forgiveness, those who have these qualities in him, he is a true sadhu, he is a true saint. To explain this, we have very good examples of saints all over the world, but one particular saint which everyone humbly bows to is Shirdi Sai Baba. He is an epitome of compassion and forgiveness. Once it so happened that Baba was sitting near the dhuni, the sacred fire. There was a devotee who was nearby watching him and also doing her work. Suddenly she saw that Baba put both his hands into the dhuni, the fire. She screamed loudly and rushed towards Baba and pulled his hands out of it. Everyone used to speak to Baba as if he was their friend. So she reprimanded him and told him, Baba, what is this you have done? You put your hand into the fire. What if it would have got burnt more? Baba seemed to be in a trance and he knew the affection of this devotee towards him. So he said, child, somewhere there was a blacksmith lady who was working near the furnace. She had her child on her lap, and as she was going to put in some material into the furnace, the fire, accidentally her small infant baby which was on her lap fell into the fire. I rushed to pick the child out of the fire, and in the process my hands got burnt. Later on, Baba refused to even get himself treated by a doctor and ultimately allowed the devotee to apply some ghee and some oil and bandage it. This is what is called compassion of a saint. The saints are gracious, they are generous, they are compassionate, and that's why they are saints. So here in the first line, Muktai tells us about the qualities of a saint, daya and kshama. Kshama is forgiveness. To explain forgiveness, we'll go to another incident of Sant Eknath Maharaj from Paithan. Once as Eknath Maharaj was walking towards the river to have his bath, there was a man who was standing very close to him, and according to society, he was a reject. He was a downtrodden, from the downtrodden community. Because of the frustration of being rejected by society, the man wanted to vent it out somewhere. So when he saw Eknath Maharaj walking, he spat on him. Maharaj went to the river, took a dip and came back. As he was returning back, the man again standing over there at the bank of the river spat on him the second time. Eknath Maharaj again walked back to the river, came back. As he returned, the man spat on him the third time. The man did so 108 times, and 108 times Eknath Maharaj went back to the river, took a dip and came back. But not once did he scold the man or reprimand him for his behavior. When the man was ashamed of his act, he asked Eknath Maharaj, I did this to you 108 times, but not once did you scold me or shoo me away from the place or hit me or do anything which was aggressive. Why is it so? So he said, you do not realize, my good man. Eknath Maharaj placed his hand on that man's shoulder and he said, you don't know what a good deed you have done to me today. It was because of you that I could have a dip in the river, the sacred river, 108 times. Otherwise, when would I have had such a chance? So such are the saints, and Muktabai therefore says, Daya, Kshama, Shanti, Tyancha Angi. That means they have the peace, they have the calmness, they have compassion, and they have the act of forgiveness. That is why they are saints, and that is a sign of a true saint, she says. Now the next line. लोभ अहंता नये मना जगी विरक्त तोची जाना. Lobh means greed. Ahanta means aham, that is your ego or arrogance. So a true saint does not have these qualities. The qualities which we mentioned in the first line are the true qualities of a saint. But if a man has got ego and arrogance, and if he has got greed for material things, then she says he is not a true saint. So, Jagi Virakta Tochi Zana, that means he should be completely dispassionate towards anything in the world. He should have no desire for anything in the world. Virakta means to keep yourself away from the material desires. Virakta is generally considered to be a very morose or a very, you can say, a very depressive term. But Virakti is not that. Virakti is keeping yourself away from those things which can lure you back into the material world and keep you away from your spiritual goal. Now coming to the third line. She says, Iha paraloki sukhi. That means not only in this world, that is on earth, but paralok, that means in the other world also. The man remains happy. Which man? A saint. But who is a saint? One who has daya, who has compassion, who has generosity, who has the act of forgiveness in him and does not have greed or ego or arrogance in him. So she says, Iha parloki sukhi, shuddha jnana jache mukhi. That means he should have pure knowledge. What we know is just information which is carried on from one medium to another. But true knowledge is knowledge of the divine, the absolute, and that you can get only at the feet of a saint or a guru. So she explains to us that she talks to her brother Jnaneshwar Mauli and says, you are supposed to know the true signs of a saint. You know it because you yourself are divine incarnate. So she says, be happy. And the last line she says, Mithya kalpana mage sara. Mithya means that which is illusory, that which is an illusion, which we project our mind as. So mind is very important here because whatever are the projections of the mind, we sometimes believe that to be real, but we do not realize that they are actually virtual, just like we see something on a screen. So she says mithya kalpana. Mithya means all your thoughts that I have been, she's talking to Mauli here, that I have been insulted, I have been rejected by that man, that imagination, the thing which has given rise to such a huge mesh of thoughts, of illusory things that are crammed up in our mind. She says, Mithya kalpana mage sara. Mage sara means keep it away. Wipe it away, sweep it away from your mind. And she says, Tati Ugda Jnaneshwara. That means the mind is clogged with so many unwanted thoughts, so many imaginative things, so many things which we have understood it to be real, but actually they are illusory. So she is advising us through Mauli that keep all those thoughts away, swipe it off, just remove it away from yourself, and Tati Ugda Jnaneshwara, open the door of your mind, Jnaneshwar Mauli. With this, the fourth Tatiche Abhang, we have explained in the best possible way, inspired by Sant Jnaneshwar Mauli. and Sant Muktabai. The next Abhang we will see in the next session. Till then, Ram Krishna Hari.
संत तोची जाणा जगी, दया क्षमा ज्याचे अंगी, लोभ अहंता नये मना, जगी विरक्त तोची जाणा. इह परलोकी सुखी, शुद्ध ज्ञान ज्याचे मुखी, मिथ्या कल्पना मागे सारा, ताटी उघडा ज्ञानेश्वरा.